Wow, we've talked about a lot of things during this course. Now let's go over a few things we've talked about, and we'll talk about some of the things that we've covered and some things you also might want to look at in furthering your studies on Secure Shell. During this master class, using Secure Shell, we covered a lot of things. First of all, we covered what SSH Secure Shell is and what we use it for. We talked about how it replaces unsecure protocols such as Telnet, R services, FTP, and so forth. We also covered how to install it basically and configure it on Linux and Windows platforms. Now we know that on Linux, by and large, we really don't need to install too much because it comes by default in most Linux distributions. But we did see how to install it on a Windows platform. We used PuTTY, as a matter of fact, one of the most popular SSH clients for Windows. We also learned how to use basic functions such as Secure Shell, Secure Copy, Secure FTP, how to use those to get files between computers, how to transfer them between computers, and how to remotely access computers and perform tasks on those computers. We also learned how to integrate Secure Shell with other protocols and how to use it to secure the network by tunneling other protocols through a Secure Shell tunnel. So we can still use some of these other protocols. We just put them through a particular encrypted tunnel, a particular encrypted session using Secure Shell. We also learned the basics of how to secure Secure Shell, because by and large Secure Shell is a secure protocol, that's why we use it, but it can be configured incorrectly and that can cause security problems. If you're using version 1 of the protocol, that's an insecure version that has some vulnerabilities out there, and you want to upgrade to version 2 if at all possible. But we talked about not using the root account over Secure Shell because that could be a bad thing, and we talked about how to configure it basically securely so that when you use it, you know you're using it at the most secure level you possibly can. We also learned how to get away from passwords per se and use public and private key technology with Secure Shell. We showed you how to generate a public-private key pair, how to import it, and how to use it when you're communicating with Secure Shell over the network. We also talked about, in general, some best practices that we use with Secure Shell. We talked about these throughout the course and how using Secure Shell is probably one of the best things you can do to prevent attackers from getting into your network. They can't intercept your data, your passwords, or usernames, and we learned about how to use it to securely get files across the network and to securely do remote administration. I want to thank you for viewing this course, and I hope that you've learned a lot about Secure Shell and securely using your computers and network throughout this course. Coming up, we've got some resources that we can use to help us learn and use Secure Shell a little bit better.